When work commenced removing our roof in January 2025, we certainly didn't expect to lose a couple of chimneys, or to find a virulent mushroom growing in our walls. We'll see how we deal with the unexpected and some of the decisions we should have thought about beforehand. This was January 2025, and our scaffolding was about to go up. That is, if they could get into the drive.
Get a house through our little driveway. Such a big house, we've got such a tiny driveway. Up goes the scaffolding.
While the scaffolding was going up, we were busy doing our ritual of emptying the buckets from the loft of the lodge.
Bucket full. Oh, that's filling up. That's filling up. Thanks. Oh wow, that's terrible.
Overflowed. But as soon as scaffolding was finished, up we went, very excited to see close up the state of the roof. And it wasn't pretty. This is our roof. No wonder it had been leaking. There was things growing in it. I did wonder where all the tiles had gone, but it seemed they were just being thrown off the roof into the back of the van. Health and safety at its finest.
We want to keep the timber, so we keep all old timber.
At the time, keeping the timber seemed like the best idea. Little did we know what it would turn into. But back to the roof, as there was another surprise that was about to hit us. Look at the chimney pots.
Yeah. So where's that fireplace come from? Basement fireplace.
And could you clean that up? Make it look smarter?
I don't want to touch it.
And we didn't know it yet, but he was right not to touch it. The speed at which the roof was coming apart was quite impressive. And it wasn't all roof that was coming off. Foliage had started growing in the gutters of the roof. But it was time to go back inside, as our fur baby was cold. Oh, you're trembling.
Come on, let's go inside.
At the following day's check-in, we were in for a bit of a surprise. The beautiful ceramic chimney we'd just been admiring the day before was gone, as were the other two at the top. As soon as they'd been touched, they'd fallen apart and were therefore dangerous and had to be removed. This was really disappointing, as we knew that to put replicas in would take months to organise, and we couldn't leave the roof like this. So we had to plough on, and we'd have to come back to the chimneys. What was exciting is that the next day, the largest crane I'd ever seen had just arrived. The carpenters were going to use the crane to lift all the heavy wood on top of the roof. That had been the plan, which, like most things at our property, plan A didn't work. The crane couldn't get above the roof. It wasn't long enough. And so they took it away and took all the timbers up by hand. But once they were up there, work swiftly began and progress was quick. Within a day, all the main replacement trusses were in. And by day 2, half the roof was essentially ready to board. We had decided we'd have to come back to the chimneys, so unfortunately the decision was made to board them up. We'd have to open the roof up again to put them back in. It was then that our carpenters told us we had a mushroom. They said it was a nasty one and gave us the number for someone who could help us. His initial verdict was that it must be coming from the chimney, the very one we were upset about losing, and that we'd have to open the whole thing up and get rid of it. This was extremely distressing news, and all I kept thinking was how much it might cost. And how far did this mushroom extend?
Si le lieu est très propice,
Ouais.
ça va pousser beaucoup plus rapidement que
s'il l'est pas. So our second surprise, this mushroom would require removing, with hopefully not too much of the building, as there was already quite a lot sitting in the loft, and leaking going on through the tarp. One silver lining though was, Andrew was practicing his French.
C'était quoi?
Comment?
Ok.
C'est déco, c'est ça?
Ah, pardon. J'ai parlé de merde. Pardon.
This is very like Andrew, starting a conversation with a French person, not actually knowing what they're saying or what he's saying. But back to our mushroom. The question is, that was there when we were here.
Wait.
So why did the surveyor not pick it up?
Is that one?
It seemed in France the surveyor didn't have to flag this type of mushroom to us. Seems like a bit of an oversight to me. Which just confirms again, always get your own survey. Our next task that day was much more exciting, which involved me climbing up onto the roof to put back the tarp that seemed to be blowing away with the heavy winds we were getting. It was much harder than it looked. The good news was that work on the roof was progressing really quickly, and in no time at all, we had half a roof on.
Ah, it looks fantastic.
Our roofers, Samuel and Ali, had made sure to space out all the tiles and include non-damaged old ones to give it an authentic look. As we're classed Monument de France, we have to make sure that the tiles look exactly like those around us and are laid the old-fashioned way. We have a roof, which is very exciting, and this building finally looks watertight, although we'll have to do some masonry work in a couple of spots. So after those trials and tribulations, we finally had a beautiful roof. Obviously, minus a couple of chimneys, and thankfully, no more mushroom. We had treated the area, and this is what the mushroom looked like, and it was completely clear. We would leave it breathe and keep track of it. Hang on, wasn't there something else?
We want to keep the timber.
Ah yes, our bright idea to keep all the wood from the roof. We now had piles and piles of it, and somehow sorting out this big pile fell to me. It did take a few days, but I ended up quite enjoying myself. I sorted out all the wood into piles, took what we could reuse inside, and the rest, well, it might as well be firewood. We probably had enough for a couple of years here. Good job. The roof was done, and there was just a bit of tidying left, which somehow fell to me again. In the first 6 months of 2025, we made a lot of progress, and we were really happy. So thanks so much for watching. Why not comment, like and subscribe to follow our journey as we continue restoring this property. See you next time.